Goeiedag. Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And attached to this little intro is a video I think you'll find very interesting. It's one Julius Malema. And no, I'm not going to wear my EFF quality hat. Couldn't be bothered. But in this video, somehow the ruling against the EFF about changing the Riotous Assemblies Act in an appeal court, being turned down by the court, is still a success for the EFF. I mean, the way this guy twists things is incredible. And you'll see in the talk that's attached, he talks about getting rid of corruption in municipalities. Guess who had his nose deep in the trough in Limpopo a few years ago? Julius Chicken Man Malema. Yet here he is suggesting that he's going to get rid of all the corruption happening. This guy is so full of shit, it's unbelievable. There's a lot more there. The fellow next to him is Dr. Ndlozi. The infamous Dr. Ndlozi, who was outed as being one of the people renting a property during the State of the Nation address in Cape Town, where used condoms were found. 25,000 rand at least of liquor was found. They had a huge party. And this Dr. Ndlozi, next to Malema, was one of the people involved in that huge party. This EFF is full of crap, and, you know, the facts speak out for themselves. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for updates, and have a great day. And don't forget, tomorrow night, it's a meet and greet at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time. That's Friday night, 8 p.m. We're going to be meeting and greeting the farmers and other key players who are involved in this weekend's event. Take care. Bye for now.
We interrupt that particular soundbite from Lebogang Maile to take you to this developing story in Pretoria. The leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, appears to have lost the case on the Riotous Assemblies Act. Let's listen.
Assemblies Act to be declared unconstitutional in its entirety, because we believe that it doesn't have a place in a democratic South Africa. And now the court disagrees with us and partially agrees with us that the section 18(2)(b), which was used to charge us, is unconstitutional, and referred the matter to the Constitutional Court. Therefore, we'll also appeal directly to the Constitutional Court, because we still believe that the Riotous Assemblies Act is unconstitutional in its entirety. And we hope that the NPA will respect the decision of the court and wait for the confirmation of the Constitutional Court on the constitutionality of the section 18(2)(b) of the Riotous Assemblies Act. With regard to the Trespass Act, we think that we will, like the court said, it's a point to be argued in defense in the lower court if the charges against us continue. So we are appealing directly to the Constitutional Court, because by referring the section 18(2)(b) for confirmation by the Constitutional Court, we have one leg inside the Constitutional Court. We just have to ask the Constitutional Court to allow us to bring both legs in the Constitutional Court and argue that matter directly in the Constitutional Court. So we have partially gained access to the Constitutional Court, and that's where we ultimately wanted to go.
Okay. Mr. Malema, thanks. Do you see this as a victory, though, or it's a loss as far as you are concerned?
Well, it's a victory. The section that we are charged, you are not charged with the entire act. They take a particular section in the act to charge you. And we said that section is unconstitutional, and the court agrees with us, but argues that the act in its entirety is not unconstitutional. So that's exactly what we have asked. That was our second prayer, to the court, which is the matter which is used, or a section that is used in court, in the lower court, to charge us. So we are extremely happy that the court has confirmed that we are correct.
Let me ask you about the fact that we have the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Development and the NPA. They were opposing this matter. They are likely to oppose possibly when you take it further. What do you make of the fact that here is a piece of legislation that was drafted during the Apartheid era that's being defended by the democratic government?
Well, it reflects the type of government you have. The Riotous Assemblies Act was passed in response to the adoption of the Freedom Charter in 1955. It was the same act that was used to trial Mandela and many others. And the ANC is prepared to use the same act that was used during apartheid to persecute those they disagree with. This is another demonstration of the reluctance on the part of the ANC when it comes to the land question. They use all types of law to suppress the debate on land question. Our call for the land occupation is an emphasis on the struggle to return the land into the hands of the rightful owners. And the ANC's commitment to that call is not serious. That's why they use all types of shenanigans. They've had to go into a dustbin of history to dust an apartheid law to trial us. And shame on them, because the court says to them now, but this is unconstitutional. The visionary leadership would have seen that like the EFF saw it before.
Okay, anyone else? Just a last take, and it's not necessarily related to this. It's about the remarks that you made in your media briefing that you are no longer going to vote with the DA in municipalities, but also you will not give your vote to the ANC. There's likelihood that budgets, for instance, and other laws will not be passed. Are you prepared in the posture that you are taking to even have a situation where municipalities collapses after failing to adopt budgets and calling for early elections, perhaps?
Absolutely. That's what it means. If there's going to be an early election, so be it. We had actually put that point to the DA, that since there's no outright winner, let's go to elections. Because this core governance through a back door is not working. We have said to the DA we want Swan because we know that Swani is badly run, and we wanted to rescue this city because the EFF leadership is committed to dealing with issues of corruption that are taking place here in Swan. If you hear the stories of this city, the role that is played by the CFO, which is not helpful in uprooting corruption, it's painful, and therefore we wanted to come here and rescue, the situation. So the DA says no, but the DA didn't win elections, and when you have not won elections and you find yourself in a situation where there should be a power sharing, you ought to be prepared to share power with those who are making it possible. So they are not prepared. They behave like they've won elections. They've not won elections. The same thing will be happening in Nelson Mandela, where the ANC is governing with the UDM and the rest. We're not going to vote. It stopped on Tuesdays. It's no longer going to happen. We will debate. We're an opposition party. No one should expect anything from us. You have put us in the opposition benches. We'll do what the opposition parties do. We'll put motions. We'll oppose. We'll expose corruption, we'll expose bad service delivery. And when people vote on our motion with us, we'll welcome that. But when you put your motion and we don't vote with you, you shouldn't say, but we voted with you, therefore we expect something. We're not going to work like that anymore. We're not going to be used by the DA, which says all the time, it doesn't even say co-governance or coalition. It says DA government, as if they won elections. It's not going to happen. White people will always be white people.
But you have always said that you are not co-governing with them.
Yes, I'm saying where they co-govern, they don't say co-governance. They say DA. They are co-governing with other people. And an honest organization will always refer to co-government in the municipalities where they co-govern. They don't do that. They always refer to it as a DA government.
On a separate matter as well,
Yeah.
Okay, the Daily Maverick going through your dustbins. What is your take on that?
Well, you don't take us to dustbins because that's what you are doing. We're not going to the dustbin. I'm sorry. If you want to go to the dustbin, go yourself. Don't take us with you. You want to live in the dustbin, go and stay in the dustbin. You'll smell dustbin.
Mr. Malema, you spoke about the EFF taking up arms by all means.
Well, that's the EFF leader, Julius Malema, reacting on the back of that decision or verdict of the High Court in Pretoria. And you will remember that he was challenging the constitutionality of the Riotous Act of 1956, and the court dismissing that application. And of course, the EFF leader now essentially telling the reporters there that they are on their way to the Constitutional Court and just appealing to the NPA to respect the court processes around the constitutionality of this particular law.